Strength in numbers. That's the driving force behind a mandate to work in pairs. One captain calling it a welcome change, while others tonight telling me it could create a financial burden. On this typically quiet street in the Valencia Gardens neighborhood, neighbors worry about increased speeds on this lengthy straightaway.
It's a common complaint. The board gets a lot of complaints about it.
Leaders in the Land O'Lakes neighborhood took action, hiring an off-duty deputy to patrol twice a week.
It discourages people. You know, they might get a ticket or a warning, and so it discourages people.
But they've scrapped its hired security patrols this week, creating new safety concerns for parents.
The speed limit's 20 for a reason, so that way if you see a kid come out, you got plenty of time to stop. But if you're going 30, 35 miles an hour, it just poses a risk for the children.
Costs jumping from $160 per shift to $320 minimum. Churches and neighborhood groups now forced to pay for an extra deputy.
There was a significant impact to the folks that contract our deputy sheriffs. We understand that, we recognize that.
Deputies working off-duty and on now patrol in pairs. Pasco County calling it a proactive policy following a deadly month for law enforcement officers.
For us to go through the door and have that deputy realize he or she has somebody going through the door with them is a very, very, very good feeling for that deputy, even though there's no assurances of what happens on the other side.
Extra enforcement in question in Valencia Gardens, but Paul Spector supports the reasons behind this temporary price hike.
It's not because they've arbitrarily decided to raise the cost. It has to do with officer safety.
The sheriff's office says they are taking this patrolling in pairs policy week by week, and they report at least a dozen or so groups so far canceling those security contracts. In Pasco County, Ryan Smith, ABC Action News.